So I think probably that decision 20 years ago, I wouldn't thought of that would bring me where I'm now, but it is. So it's all like the matter of finding the right question to be asked.
Yeah, seriously. It's about the questions you ask yourself and the questions you ask the people around you. I totally believe that. Because it also shows me, your answer shows me, and your approach shows me that, shows me some kind of side or value of yourself, because you could also choose not to see the value in these decisions and be a little pessimistic about it, maybe about the, but your past. Oh, I wasn't sure about that, and then I did it, and I didn't really know why I did it. I'm not happy about it, you know. But you can also choose to see how you benefited from it, what you learned from it, and then you can, it gives me more confidence in my own life when I'm looking back. I had these decisions at the at the moment I didn't know why I was doing it. Then I'm looking back and I'm like, yeah, okay, it made sense that I whatever, moved cities or whatever, and then it gives me confidence for the future, because I know I'm gonna eventually get to a point where I have to make these decisions again, and I'm unsure about it. I don't really know why I'm doing it. I'm maybe feeling unsatisfied or not happy or whatever, but I know a couple years later or even a couple months later, I'm going to look back and I'm going to realize, oh, this was good for something. And this is kind of so one philosophy that I have for myself. Life is happening for you, not against you. And if
It's all
you,
like the setting, right? It's all like
mhm,
how you decide to see that, as you said before. There are a lot of things that's gonna happen in our life, and it's all like a matter of the perspective we are giving and the way that we are seeing this, because it could easily be that an event passed and I cannot see the benefit of it. But if we are open enough to see it in after the time pass, I'm open to see what is the benefit of that.
mhm,
Even if the decision or the event was not positive itself, it's still like a learning, okay, what I can take from this experience. And instead of, say like, oh my god, I did this wrong, I took this wrong decision, and probably it's gonna lead me to something else that is gonna be worse. It's all like a matter of how we open ourselves and to, be ready and receive whatever happened, and find not only the positivity, but like, okay, what I learned from this.
yeah.
This was like, it was maybe not the most wise decision, but if I did it, I'm sure at some point I will see the benefit of it.
It's kind of like, I mean, you can say I made a wrong turn, or I made a bad decision, or I failed, but you could also choose to see it as a learning, and it doesn't change anything at the end, but it changes how you approach new things as well. And if you're thinking about a new challenge and you're thinking about it as learning like in everything you're doing, then it becomes less scary. You just do it because you're like, yeah, why do I have to lose? Nothing. I'm just gonna
Exactly.
learn from it.
Yeah.
So yeah, and that takes away the pressure in some sense a little bit and helps you grow continually. And that's what I noticed for myself. I want to grow continually. I want to approach new things, and I want to fail because it means I learned something new. Because otherwise, I would have, like, I would be maybe in this comfortable numbness um, of my comfort zone. Yeah, that's fine. People do it. I understand it. It's safe. It feels safe, at least. I don't think it's safe, but it feels safe. So I understand why people do it. But if I ever, like, always, like, if I get again into a situation where I, at the beginning, maybe not feel so comfortable, and I push through it, then I feel so good afterwards, and it doesn't really matter what happened. I just know I
Exactly.
pushed myself over this boundary, and now the boundary is somewhere else. It started here, and now it's here. So yeah, it's beautiful.
It's great. Well, this made me think of the last anecdote of, actually it was the beginning of 2025. So I went hiking around here,
Mm-hmm.
and I was alone, and I saved a trail in the app. So it was like a loop. So from my starting point, I was doing kind of a circle. It was actually like a triangle or whatever. So the path was always new, and I was coming back in the same point. And I started hiking, and it was great because I was alone. It was the beginning of the year, and it was like kind of refreshing if what I wanted to do. And halfway through, I realized that my phone was kind of dying, so I couldn't see the GPS. I was like, oh my god, if I'm finished the path, probably I'm not gonna know what path I will follow. So I decided to, instead of finish the path, going backwards and doing from for wherever I am to going back to the point A that I was. And when I started going backwards and took that decision, it kind of made me super, I don't know, like surprised, because we always like look for things that look new all the time. But actually, me taking the decision of like, oh, I'm going to go back. And it wasn't at all doing something that I already knew.
Yeah.
It was doing something completely different because, the path is different and my thoughts are different. And actually, it was not even like a path that I was used to do. It is something completely new.